Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, if you're new here, hi, I'm Lemia and this is Lemia's Life. And in today's video, I thought I'd talk about a series that I don't feel like gets recognized enough, which is The Aidens by Denvi Perry. There's 6 books in a series and 1 novella. I talked about the series during my book recommendation videos, and I feel like I want to introduce it today. There will be like minor spoilers of what the books will revolve around, but they're a really good series. So the series are, or the books in the series are, Indigo Ridge, Juniper Hill, Garnet's Flat, Jasper Vale, Crimson River, and Sable Peak. So this series revolves around a family which is called the Aidens, and there's 6 kids, 3 boys, 3 girls, which are Griffin, Knox, Talia, Eloise, Lila, and Mateo. I'm reading them off a paper because I have the characters and the books, which is why I keep on looking down. I do know the books, I read the books, it's been a while, so the characters are like, they show up in every book, you know? Okay, so the first book is Indigo Ridge, which revolves around Winslow, or also known as Win, and Griffin. So Griffin is the oldest child from the Aidens. He's the oldest brother, and he is basically a ranch worker, and Winslow just became the sheriff of the police department in Quincy, Montana. And they meet in a bar by accident, and they slowly start falling in love. During their falling in love, she's solving a crime and she gets terribly hurt, and he sticks by her side no matter what. And there's also like individual stories in between, like something with her parents or her ex. And overall, it's really a good book. It's not my favorite, but it's a very good book. Like, I would rate it 4 stars almost. Second book in the series is Juniper Hill. So Juniper Hill, there's this girl called Memphis, and the boy is Knox. So Knox is from the Aidens family, but Memphis is a single mom that came into Quincy, Montana to run away from her parents. And her son Drake, she has her son with her, she didn't run away from him. She came to work, and what happened was she lived in like Knox's attic, or I want to say extension. It's like a bedroom above the garage. That's what they said. I don't really remember what it's called, but this is where she stayed. And Knox has a restaurant in the hotel that Memphis works at, and they slowly fall in love. Their story is number 2 in the ranking list. You guys know I'm a sucker for single mom or single dad, so as long as they're a child in the book, I love it already. Like, it's good. So yeah, I would rate the book 5 stars for sure. It was really fun to read. And yeah, the third book in the series is Garnet's Flat, which revolves around Talia and Foster. So Talia is the sister of the Aidens, and she's a twin. I'm going to talk about her twin later. So Foster is like, I want to say boxer, but he's more of a fighter, like in a ring, so not really sure where that stands. And Talia is a doctor in Quincy, Montana. And Foster was her ex, so this is like second chance. And he has a daughter. Well, it's not really his daughter, but he like adopted her. So yeah, they have their own love story. Their book is also really good because you can see a lot of their past during the book, and it shows you how they developed and how they changed from their college selves into the people who they are now, which is really cute to see because there's been a lot of like change and involvement in the characters. But overall, I feel like this book would be 4th in my ranking. So the 2nd would be Juniper Hill, the 3rd would be Indigo Ridge, and then the 4th would be Garnet's Flat. Okay, 4th book in the series is Jasper Vale, which revolves around Eloise and Jasper Vale. Yeah, the book is named after the character himself. So Jasper and Foster are best friends, and he's like his trainer and always trains with him. And Eloise would be the hotel owner of the Eloise. It's called the Eloise after her grandmother, and she was named after her grandmother. That hotel is where Memphis works at, so you can see how everything interconnects. Basically they went to Vegas together to watch Foster's match, and it's Vegas. They got drunk, they got married, and they stayed together. They had a love story and trouble in between their marriage. They eventually moved in together, but yeah, and he did take a bullet for her, which is really cute to see, because that scene was like, I want to say intensely cute. Like, I loved reading it. Like, you can see the love and emotion they have for each other. 5th book in the series is called Crimson River, and I forgot to mention that before starting, but each title of the book has a reason, and once you start reading you figure out it's either a character or a place in the book. So Crimson River is Lila and Vance. So Vance is an ex-police detective, and he came to Quincy, Montana to find his best friend because he's a murderer, kind of. And Lila is the twin of Talia, and she owns a coffee shop in Quincy, Montana. And she gets hurt by his friend, and so he is on a mission to find him, and Lila helps along. Overall, he does find him, and he has a daughter, which is very interesting because you'll know why in a second. So their story was really cute. I liked it. It was not my favorite, so it's definitely 6. So if I'm gonna go back to my ranking, number 2 was Juniper Hill. Did I say it was number 1 or number 2? I'm not sure, but it's definitely number 2. And then Indigo Ridge, which is number 3. Then it's Garnet's Flat, Jasper Vale, and then Crimson River. I'm gonna tell you the first book. The first book that I loved so much in the series was Sable Peak. It was definitely number 1. So it's around Mateo and Vera. Mateo is the youngest child of the Edens family, and he is a pilot. He also has a daughter called Eliana, so he's a single dad. And then Vera would be, remember how I mentioned that Vance was trying to find his best friend, that he has a daughter? Well, the daughter is Vera, and she like calls him Uncle Vance. So she's like his niece. She's like his niece, so I'm mostly gonna be referring to her as his niece. So she's a college student, and she works with Lila in the coffee shop. Everything is interconnected, like I said. And she takes care of Eliana, and she plays with her, and she slowly starts falling in love with Mateo. She's liked him for a while, and the book is kind of like divided into 2, which is the past and the present. The past is only in Vera's POV, and then the present would be in their dual POV. But you can see in the past how she's still looking for her father, she's still worried about her father, she likes Mateo, she finds out about Eliana, and then in the present or the future you'd see how she really likes Mateo, and it shows because she did the first move, she initiated it. And I feel like without her the book wouldn't have built up and became what it is today. So overall, this is the Aidens. Like, I'm gonna repeat my ranking because this series is one of the best series I've ever read. So first, Sable Peak, Juniper Hill, Indigo Ridge, and then Garnet's Flag, Jasper Vale, and Crimson River. The first three are definitely my favorite. The last three are not my favorite, but they're good enough. They're good enough. The whole series is good, actually. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow me on my other social media platforms. And I really do recommend this series, so I hope you give it a shot and read it. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!